From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Well, Tropical Storm Amanda formed last week, becoming the first named storm of the year in the eastern Pacific before dissipating on Sunday night. Tropical Storm Boris and a tropical rainstorm near Central America are being monitored and are expected to bring impacts to parts of the Central American and Mexican coasts this week. AccuWeather hurricane experts are monitoring Tropical Storm Boris off the southwestern coast of Mexico, which intensified into a tropical storm early Monday morning. Boris will continue to move near the Mexican coast before making landfall in southwestern Mexico on Monday evening. AccuWeather's lead hurricane expert Alex De Silva said that sea surface temperatures near the coasts of southwestern Mexico and Central America are well into the 80s, which will support further development. Boris will start to lose wind intensity as it tracks northwest overland, nearly parallel to the coast. As Boris approaches and tracks along the southwestern coast of Mexico through Tuesday, rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are expected to accumulate from southwestern portions of Oaxaca through Jalisco and southern Guanajuato. There could also be 4 to 8 inches of rainfall along the central coast of Guerrero, including in Acapulco, with an AccuWeather local storm max of 15 inches. This heavy rainfall could lead to flash flooding and localized mudslides in the higher terrain. Near where Boris makes landfall on Monday, gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour are possible. Due to the risk of flooding, rain, and wind, Tropical Depression 2E is less than 1 on the AccuWeather Real Impact Scale for hurricanes in the eastern Pacific. A second rainstorm, designated as 92E by the National Hurricane Center, formed early Sunday southwest of Central America. Further intensification of this rainstorm is likely later this week, and the rainstorm may become a depression by Monday night. The rainstorm will parallel the Central American coast before moving inland across southern Mexico late this week. Now, if the storm remains offshore longer and with warm ocean water and relatively low wind shear, it could intensify into a hurricane. As the tropical rainstorm approaches and parallels the coast of Central America, rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches could accumulate from western Costa Rica through Guerrero, Mexico. Higher rainfall amounts of 8 to 12 inches could accumulate from southern El Salvador through far southeastern Mexico, with an AccuWeather local storm max of 20 inches. This heavy rainfall could lead to flash flooding and mudslides in the higher terrain. Gusty winds could accompany the rainstorm from far southwestern El Salvador through southeastern Mexico as it parallels the coast through this week. Due to flooding rain, mudslides, and gusty winds, this tropical rainstorm is a 1 on the AccuWeather Real Impact Scale for hurricanes in Mexico and Central America. Now, one of the main drivers of the anticipated active hurricane season in the eastern Pacific is the developing El Niño pattern, which favors conditions for tropical cyclone development across the eastern Pacific. While it has been a quiet start to the Atlantic hurricane season, AccuWeather hurricane experts are monitoring for possible tropical development into mid-June. Less favorable conditions will remain across the Atlantic over the coming days. The main factor leading to less favorable conditions is disruptive breezes known as wind shear. These disruptive winds can suppress any tropical development. While there are not any imminent areas being monitored over the coming days, AccuWeather hurricane experts continue to keep an eye on the Gulf, the southwestern Atlantic, and the western Caribbean, which are climatologically favorable areas for development in June. De Silva said that several fronts can dip southward from North America and stall across portions of the region. Tropical systems can occasionally develop along stalled fronts and strengthen if they become detached from the frontal boundary. Towards the middle of the month, there are indications of a low-pressure area forming in the Gulf or western Caribbean that could be steered north into the United States, with wind shear expected to decrease and warm ocean water across the region. Conditions could be favorable for tropical development. Should the storm form, along with the risk of flash flooding, downpours could be directed in some drought-stricken areas of the eastern U.S. near and shortly after the middle of the month. An overall suppressed hurricane season is expected across the Atlantic this season. One of the main factors expected to suppress Atlantic tropical activity this season is the El Niño pattern unfolding. Between 11 and 16 named storms are forecast this season, which includes 4 to 7 hurricanes. Of those storms, 3 to 5 are expected to affect the U.S. directly. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the free AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day, stay weather aware, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.